So I just finished filming a get ready with me type video where I'm doing my makeup. This is just my everyday makeup and kind of hair routine. So if you want to see how I got this look and what products I use for this kind of like, I guess it takes me around 15, maybe 20 minutes to do in the mornings, then just keep watching. Thanks, bye.
All right, so here is my bare face. I've washed, put moisturizer on, all that stuff, and now I'm starting with Too Faced Shadow Insurance for my eyelids so that my eyeshadow stays on. And now I'm adding the Milk highlighter. It's kind of just in a little solid form. I like putting that before my foundation. Which here I'm using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation, which is a really great, inexpensive foundation. And I used the shade Nude Ivory. I'm just using a beauty blender to blend it. I look like I'm going very ferociously. I promise I'm not. Coffee break. Now I'm using concealer, and now I'm using the Glossier Stretch Concealer in the shade Light. This concealer is amazing. I was skeptical of all the reviews. I'm not a big fan of the pot, but the finish of this is just so natural. So I put it on with a brush and I'm blending it out with the Beauty Blender. And I use it for under my eyes as well as for any like acne scars that I have or any active acne. So now it's time for brows, and I'm using the Too Faced Brow Envy Kit, and I kind of just mix the shades that are included in the kit, blonde and brunette, focusing the blonde where my eyebrows begin and doing the brunette to define it. Some other brow products I like are the Anastasia Brow Wiz and the Dip Brow. This I would say takes the longest to do using the powder kit and the wax, but it gives the most, I think, natural but yet still bold look. Glossier's Boy Brow is also really great for like super wanting to go natural with your brow days. You got to make all the furrowed brow expressions to make sure you have everything filled in right. It's not a true getting ready with me unless there's coffee. So now I'm doing my eyeshadow. Some days I decide to go really smoky, but usually on every day I like to use Wet n Wild's Nutty. It's the best 99-cent eyeshadow ever. If you haven't tried it, I highly, highly recommend it. I think I've been through 3. It's just the perfect taupe shade. Perfect for an all over the lid eyeshadow color. And sometimes I use eyeshadows for a transitional shade, but lately I've been loving using Hourglass's bronzer as my transitional shade. I think it's the Luminous Bronze Light, and I'm using it from the Ambient Lighting Edit palette. And I saw that they have a new one, and I'm really excited about it, and I think I'm going to have to try to get it. But anyway, back to the eyes. I'm using another Wet n Wild 99-cent shadow that I love, which is Creme Brulee. It's really great for under your brow. Since it's a matte shade, it's really light. I use it in the inner corner too on those everyday days where I don't want to bust out a million eyeshadow colors. Got to show the front of the mug. I love the Starbucks You Are Here collection. I have quite a few. So now I'm doing a winged liner look with Physicians Formula. I forget what it's, the Eye Booster in Ultra Black. It's a really great, again, a drugstore liquid eyeliner. It has like a pen tip, but it's a brush, so it's really easy to control. I really don't like the felt tip pen type liners. I prefer the control of a brush, so this stuff is amazing. It also claims to have a lash serum in it. You can't verify that clinically, but I quite like it. I'm going with kind of an itty bitty wing today. It really just depends on what happens with the first eye for how long the wing is. I also like to set my liquid liner with a powder, and I'm using Wet n Wild's Panther, which is just a black matte shadow. Again, you have to check out the 99-cent singles from Wet n Wild if you haven't. Some of my favorites. And just cleaning up any fallout from the black. And now I'm curling my eyelashes. And this is just a Tweezerman eyelash curler. And sometimes if it leaves a mark, I have to beauty blend it back. So now I do my face stuff, and I'm just using the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit, and I use the bronzer, and now I'm using the blush, and I decided to use Luminous Flush because it's still summery, but I love Mood Exposure for the fall, and I also like blending the two. Now I'm setting under eye and doing some highlighting with the highlighting powders, so kind of mixing dim light and diffused light, and using a little iridescent light on my cheekbones. So for tight lining and water lining, I'm using another Physicians Formula product. These are just the Kohl Kajal eyeliners. Yeah, I usually don't use the black. I like using a darker brown, but I ran out of that one, so I'm just using a light one in the dark. For mascara, I'm using Julep's With a Twist, which is kind of a cool concept in that you can change whether the wand is volumizing or lengthening. I kind of just love the packaging with the little eyeball cartoons drawn on it. Yeah, so far I'm really liking the length and separation it gives in the dark color. I'm doing it on bottom lashes. Trying to show a bit of a before and after, but not close enough. But you can kind of see from the side how lengthening it is. I would say the only thing is that it does sometimes transfer to my under eyes. So I kind of just have to watch out for that since it's not waterproof. It's just using a brush to remove any extra on the lower lashes. And yeah, that's my makeup. Sometimes I remember to wear lipstick, sometimes not. I'm using Bite Beauty's Duo, and this one is Fig and Rose Gold. Just a really nice pink shade. Yeah, for every day, I either do a lip color like this or nothing. And on the weekends, I love a bold lip, and I love bite lipsticks in general. They're really great. Yeah, that's it. So now I'm just going to awkwardly stare at the camera so you can kind of see the makeup look. But yeah, just really simple for every day and a lot of drugstore products mixed in with some high-end. That's kind of my jam. But yeah, thanks so much for watching.